that is oppressiveness because of the hierarchy of women's liberation. But you can't hire a housekeeper, especially if it's female, because she's going to swear to God that you're sleeping with the housekeeper. But then it gets worse, because after you get married, she's no longer required to do it because she wasn't doing it before she got married. Then when you die, she inherits everything that you worked for your entire life, minus the death cost. So from the day that you met this woman to the day that you died, bro, she ain't did shit to deserve what you do for her outside of smile and have sex. And that is not fair to the men. And not a lot of women like it when I talk about that. But truth be told, ladies, if the shoe was on the other foot, you're not paying for a man that's sleeping in a cardboard box underneath an overpass. You're not putting a man through college. You're not going to help a man find a job. You're not going to feed him, bathe him, clothe him, and make him a millionaire. Not one woman that I can think of off the top of my head has married a man who was homeless and broke and divorced him making 8 figures, where she made him successful and then left him. Most women ride the wave, don't like the wave, or the wave fizzles out, and then she leave. He was doing good. He got with her. He ain't doing as good as he was doing when he got with her. Now she done left for somebody better than him. But she didn't make him better than what he was when she found him. Women don't treat men like antique cars, bro. Women don't treat men like antique cars. A man will get an antique car like he'll get an old woman, and he will fix it. He will work on it. He will nurture it. He will keep it alive, keep it functioning. Women want a man pay for that upkeep, the nails, hair, and girder belts and all that stuff. Men will. And look, Donald Trump is putting a stop to all of this stuff, but men will pay for this shit the same way. They'll soup up their cars and oil changes and everything to that effect. And you're looking at the fact that a woman won't do the same thing for a man, but they want to keep it antique. Exactly. But they want a man to choose them when they're in their middle ages. Well, ma'am, a woman with a 300 body count is like a car with 900,000 miles on it. It ain't worth shit. I'm just gonna tell you, you ain't gotta like it many times. People just let people go and just say, oh, well, that's not love. Bro, that's not love. That's not love at all. That's bullshit. But we allow ourselves to be put into that. And it makes absolutely no sense why we get walked on, why we allow ourselves to be disrespected and mistreated on a regular basis. And yet we say that that's what we're supposed to do because we're men. The reason why we have tough exteriors as men is because we have to be forced to be rejected by a number of women. Pray to God they don't embarrass us in public. We have to allow ourselves to be used by a number of women, and pray to God we have something left over. Do you know that a man takes a loss every time he dates? Every time. Start looking at this shit as financial investments, bro. Every time you put money down on a date, what did you get out of that date besides sex and a good time? And sex and a good time is not a commodity. Okay, sex and a good time is entertainment, and entertainment is a waste of money, like buying your own exclusive custom WWE championship title belt. You can't do shit but look at it. You could talk about it, you can hang it up on the wall, you can show your homeboys, but will that sumbitch make you some money? No. If you start coming off a pimp named Slickback mentality, if she ain't making money for you, it don't make no sense. I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies, y'all not gonna like this shit. Y'all not gonna like this shit, but I'm gonna tell you right now, real talk. And like and subscribe, but real talk. You're going to look at the fact that on average, Miss Ma'am, you don't have to put into your bio that you want a generous man, because if you got a good man, he's fucking generous already. He's good. He's willing to give you every extra dollar he's got. So you don't need to put in your bio that you want a generous man. That's gold digger mentality. You're not going to put in your bio that you don't want a jealous man. Men that don't give a shit about you should not feel insecure about your behavior because your behavior is inappropriate. You're not saying, oh, I don't want a jealous man because you don't want a man that's overly controlling. You don't want a man that's controlling because you don't want him to tell you what to do, because you want to get out there and turn tricks on the street and then come back to the house and he still pay for your standard of living. You want a man that's not jealous because you want this man to pay for your standard of living while you flirt with another man. That's why you put that in your bio. Let's be real now. Let's talk about the real deal, Holyfield, because not one man says that I want a woman that cooks and cleans and takes care of the children, that I want a woman that's barefoot and queer. Not one man puts that in their profile. What they say, they're looking for a loving, compassionate woman that is willing, at best, that is willing to support his agenda. That is it. That is the closest thing to obedience that you will see in a man's profile.